Hi there, and welcome to your reading. So, today we are going to do something a little different. Today, we don't have a theme for the reading because I wanted Spirit to choose what the reading will be about. So, you will only have to choose between one of these three crystals. We have aquamarine, crystal quartz, and rose quartz. And whichever one your eyes gravitated to first, whichever one calls to you, that is your pile. So the timestamps will be down in the description box below. And remember that I also do personal readings. You can find those on my Ko-fi page. The link will be down in the description box below. I also offer memberships, which feature a lot of interesting perks and benefits for you. So if you've chosen your crystal, we can get on with the reading. And if you haven't, just pause the video, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and then just ask yourself what crystal holds the right reading for me. And when you have that absorb into your mind, open your eyes, and whichever one you looked at first, whichever one called to you first, that will be your pile. So I'll see you in your reading. Hello, my aquamarines. So if you have chosen this crystal, this will be your reading. So, what is your reading about? Okay, so for you guys, your reading is about remembering who you are, culture, resilience, and beliefs. Because you guys got something personal to you, right? Your own identity. We're going to see what it is about yourself that you need to heal at this time. Self-sabotage. Okay, so you guys have been doing something within your life that has been sabotaging you in this journey, right? So it could be that you are constantly focusing on distractions or knowingly choosing the thing that will destroy your life in some way because it's a lot more maybe fun for you, or the thrill of it, but it's only temporary, and you keep choosing temporary happiness, these little bits of satisfaction, and once that leaves, maybe you're feeling that void again, and then again searching for more instead of searching for something more permanent and long term. And this could be many different this could be talking about different aspects of your life. It's not always like partnerships or something, right? So it could be fast money, it could be romantic partnerships, it could be toxic friends, it could be a lot of different things that you seem to be sabotaging yourself. And you may think it's some exterior source, right? It's the world, it's the universe. Why is the universe giving you this toxicity or the drama or whatever? But in the end, it's you, because you're the one choosing it, you're the one partaking in it. Okay, so what do you need to know about your identity and who you are? I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Imrama? Wander, voyage, crossing deep waters, pilgrimage, journey of the soul. Okay, so what you need to know about your identity and who you are is within you, right? So you hold all the answers, everything you're seeking is already within you. It's not something exterior. Even religions, right? Mainstream religions will keep you focusing on the exterior, right? Finding God somewhere out there, within a church or up there in the clouds, or, it's always something exterior. They're not going to tell you that God is within, that you are part of prime source, prime creator, right? Because that will make you turn your back on these organized religions. Because if you find God by yourself within you, you don't need priests to be the middleman. You don't need their services when you have all the knowledge, all the wisdom within you. Of course, living on this planet, you'll always be a student. There will always be things that you will need to learn, right? But when it comes to who you are, your divinity, your soul purpose, that is already inside of you. That has been written deep in your core, deep in your bones, in your DNA structure. Everything is already within you. The same as everything we need, whether it, to feed ourselves, cures, everything is in nature. Anything man-made, like I won't say everything, right? Because there are benefits, right? We have technology and all these things. But anything that isn't man-made is more pure. It's given to us freely, but people abuse it. This earth is dying because of how people abuse it. And the same can be said about your own mental state and about your own body. What you do to yourself, you're basically abusing yourself, right? The food you eat, you're basically putting trash within a divine temple. Okay, so you got coconut, tough and necessary. Coconuts are known for their tough exterior, making it a very challenging food source to crack open. But once open, they're a great way to refresh oneself with its milk and is even a source of food. Remember that sometimes difficult situations and challenging people are necessary for our growth and evolution. Stay calm and learn before taking the next steps. So when it comes to the coconut, it feels like it's saying about you, right? You are a hard shell. Deep inside is everything you need. Coconut has its own water, its own milk, or whatever you want to call it. And there's food in there. So everything you need is within yourself. But don't be a hard shell all the time. Basically, don't be stubborn, learning from other people. Because not everyone out there is attacking you. Right? Sometimes the things you don't want to hear is the things exactly you need to hear in order to evolve and grow. So don't keep thinking that just because someone says something that you don't want to agree with, that they're trying to attack you, that they're trying to trigger you, that they're just a troll. No, sometimes people have your best interest at heart, even if they don't know you. They just want to steer you the right way. But you're the one that's, trying to push this away when the universe has put this in front of you for a reason. Maybe you need to think about this. Maybe you need to contemplate on what they're trying to tell you, right? Because there's a difference between hate speech and speech you hate. Okay, so what you need to know about yourself and your identity. You got the shadow. So this is shadow work. Just like the journey of the soul, you guys need to, it's like the universe is telling you that you need to work on yourself, on your own darkness. And darkness doesn't always mean evil. It just means things that are hidden, things that are buried for so long, things that you don't want to accept, even though maybe life is always throwing it at you, okay? You just need to step away and start to clear the slate. Start to clear the darkness and the shadow and, bring some things up to light, work on them, right? So the point here is to clear everything that has been buried, right? Heal, take it out of you, release it, And once you release it, cleanse out that energy, clear that mental space, right? Because maybe your mind is so cluttered because of everything that's within you. And once you clear that out, you get this feeling of lightness, right? Of just being light on your feet, of your body not being heavy anymore, right? And then you can start focusing on a schedule for yourself, on maybe being more active and partaking in more in activities and situations that you enjoy, right? Because a lot of people now are focusing on things they hate just to see where it goes, right? Like focusing on maybe YouTubers that they don't like or that they want to see the downfall of. So all you're doing is focusing on the negative. You're constantly in this negative state where you're just festering and leeching off of more negativity. So how is that going to help you live the life you want? A life of, thriving and abundance and gratefulness and kindness and attracting beautiful things and long-term happiness when you're always leeching and festering off of, darkness and ugliness. So you're always, in this state of ill intent, of ill energy. And then you wonder why there's illness around you or within you, or why you're always gravitated towards drama, or, drama unfolds always around you. It's because you are partaking in that. Remember that what you put your focus on, you give power to. So if you're constantly thinking about certain things, you're empowering that thing. And then the universe gives you that. Okay? So you need to work on yourself in order to get to your true identity, because it is hidden deep down inside of you. Okay, so what you guys need to know is that you are creating this mess, okay? Self-sabotage. You're the magician, right? So you are creating your reality. It's like you're manifesting the physical reality that you see around you, that that unhappiness, that void, the fact that you constantly need to seek out more thrills, and you keep having to do that because you are focusing on the wrong things. There's a war inside of you. Okay? Your spirit and your physical brain are at war with each other. And it's like, why would you want to work against your true self instead of working with it, becoming your own best friend, and being a true magician, creating a reality that is worth living? Because remember that your journey will end. We all die at some point. Okay, so what is the point of focusing on the wrong things, being in the wrong energy, in the wrong state of mind, constantly down in the dumps, constantly attracting drama and hate and all these things, when you could be living your best life? The people you're jealous of, you're jealous because they are in a different state of mind. They're choosing different for themselves. So you need to journey out. You need to spend time with yourself. Be your own best friend. Find your true identity within you. Work on this shadow self, right? Because it's going to open up a whole new world. One that is full of abundance, one that is full of potential, that keeps giving you instead of taking away and just filling you with more trash and more dump, okay? So what is it on the other side of this? Okay, you got Homeward Traveler, completion, reunion, return. So I asked what it is you get once you find your true identity, once you get in full contact and in touch with your true self, and this is what you got. So reunion, return, a completion. You basically end up being a whole and complete person. Okay, and I'm not only saying this for people that are pessimistic or negative. I'm talking about people that are in toxic positivity as well. Because just because you're positive and happy and shouting out love and light all the time doesn't mean you're actually happy. All you're doing is ignoring the shadow self and putting your positivity on a pedestal, but you're not complete. To be complete, you need to acknowledge and be whole, the dark and the light, right? Like yin and yang. You need to be whole within yourself. And whole doesn't just mean choosing one side. Whole means seeing both sides. It means using your shadow or your darkness as a tool for when you need it. Using your light as a tool when you need it, right? Because these are tools. This is a duality. For you guys, this is your reading. Spirit has chosen this. I didn't choose this reading. If you like these unpredictable and mystery readings, comment below and I'll do more of them. But I hope that you work on yourself. Okay, this channel isn't about just sugarcoating things. This is about helping you achieve your best fulfillment in this lifetime. Okay, so do the work. Don't be scared to do the work. It may be uncomfortable at times depending on what you have bottled through the years, depending on what you have ignored and how long you have ignored it, right? It can be hard and tough digging out all that dirt just to release it. And remember to release in a healthy way. Okay, talk to someone, get a therapist if you can, do art, do writing, journaling, whatever it is to release that darkness. Okay, I can have more tips for you if you need a personal assistant of sorts, right? If you join my memberships on Ko-fi, look through the different, there are 3 different tiers to choose from. You get to chat directly with me on Ko-fi and we can, message back and forth and I can give you more tips if you need personal help. Also, Ko-fi members, they have discounts on readings as well as free readings once a month. So you can, there's just a lot of benefits for you and a lot of help, if you just need a step-by-step plan on something, whatever it is, I'll be there for you and I'll try to, help you the best I can. So I hope you enjoyed this reading and I wish you guys luck. I hope you find your true identity and remove all that exterior sources that have been piling and cluttering on who you must be and who you really are, and all these ideologies. It's like that's not part of you, that's just part of this 3D physical world, but you're more than that. I'd love to help you find that divinity within yourself. So I wish you guys luck and I'll see you next time. Hello to those who chose the crystal quartz. So let us see what your reading will be about. Okay, so you guys got 2 cards come out. You got Move Your Body, Dance, Breathe, Flow, and Open to Love, Relationships, Passion, Fulfillment. So it feels like Move Your Body and Open to Love sort of connects as in like, don't just be passive and sit in the back seat of your life. Go forward, right? Move your body, be active, get out there and be open to whatever. It doesn't have to be, even if you're not looking for a partnership, right? It doesn't have to be love in the sense of romantic partnerships or even finding, a person to be with. just be open to love, right? Love can be many different types of experiences. It can be a self-love, right? Open, moving your body, and if this is self-love, means like work on yourself, right? Love yourself enough to be more active so that your body can be more healthy, right? Choose to be more loving towards yourself, maybe less negative talk, right? Maybe less negative speech, right? Speaking negatively. So that could be about, self-love. Um, it could also be being open to experiences, right? Because a lot of people, when they're walking around, they're very closed off. They have a wall around themselves in order to protect themselves. They don't want anyone coming into their space. They just want to be on their own, right? But that act of closing off and having a wall around you, sure, it protects you, but it also closes you off to some really great experiences. Because you'll find that when you're just open to, when you're in that space of like love and just being open when you're walking around, and maybe you give a smile to someone, and you'll find that something will happen where maybe someone approaches you and says something, or maybe because you're open to love and you're open to that receiving end as well, maybe someone will mention they're having a sale, or you'll hear something, right? But when you're closed off, it's like you literally close yourself off to all your senses, that you don't actually, it's like you're oblivious to the opportunities around you. So even if, let's say, you're going shopping and there's a sale somewhere, it's like you don't even like see it, right? Maybe you pass by some billboard or some sign that could be something for you, something fun, something entertaining, something beneficial, but it's like you're closed off, that you're not even seeing signs of what's around you. But when you're open yourself up, it's like you're seeing all these signs, you're hearing things, some things are being emphasized to you, and you uh, catch on to it, right? So being open to love isn't just partnerships. It can just be being open to that loving feeling, being open to, friendships and good vibes, right? Because all of that positive things is rooted to love. Love doesn't just mean relationships. Love can mean all sorts of things. Anything that's rooted in joy and happiness, all these, that is all love. Okay? Okay. Past, you got the ghost ship. Past enclosure. The seas can be a very strange place, and anyone who has spent a lot of time sailing will confirm that. Ghost ships are known to make their appearance at times, and can be quite an unsettling sight to witness. Something from your past seems to be coming back, like a ghost with unfinished business. This will test how much you have grown, by seeing whether you accept the past back, or if you're able to finish it off and move forward. So that's interesting. Um, the past is that residue, right? That um, residual energy that it could be finished, but the universe wants to see, are you 100% over it and done with it, right? Because sometimes there are little things that you still have to do in order to cleanse that past, right? And I think this is why you got the open to love and move your body, because whatever this is needs to be done, okay? A lot, like anyone listening to this, if like what this is. This could be a past relationship. This could be some job that might be holding you back from the past, something that happened. Maybe there's a court case that is, finishing off. Maybe some friend from back in the day, or even maybe a bully from back in the day has come back into your life. Whatever it is, you know what this is. Okay, this is your life. I'm pretty sure all of you know. So whatever this is, if there is something some last remaining bit that needs to be finished, finish it. Because if you ignore it, you won't be able to move on. You won't be able to look this free, okay? Look at this card. Look how free she is, right? She is opening her arms out basically to love, right? This is what love feels like. You're not closed off. She isn't crossing her arms. She isn't having a wall around her. She is embracing the glow of that sun. Okay, that is pure divinity and femininity right there. Okay, being open to that love, being open to that loving light, that warmth, that beautiful scenery of that beach, that beautiful sea, the colors, the warm vibe, right? She is open and ready to accept whatever abundance life has to throw at her, okay? So this is a space you want to be in, but you can't be in that space when you have ghosts coming out. And I don't mean real ghosts. And if you do have real ghosts, just light a candle and pray for them. You know, there are beings on the other side that can help them cross over, but sometimes we need to sort of turn the light on, so to speak, okay? So if this is already done, okay, if literally nothing is holding you back regarding this thing that comes back into your life, if, you know, maybe it's just the universe trying to see, have you really moved on? Or are you going to take the bait and live in your past? Okay, so sometimes there are tests because the universe wants to see how committed you are to your future, how committed you are to your project, how committed you are to this spiritual path, or, you know, that's why there are challenges. Some people turn back, think, oh, this is evil because this challenge came up. So they turn back and go back to their past, go back to their organized religion or whatever it is, right? Because they feel safe in that little bubble where someone else is thinking for them. But when you're on a path that's not just less traveled, but that is very personal, that not everyone will go through, because even if everyone on this planet is spiritual, the journey will be different, okay? If you're going on that path, it is going to be solitary at times. It is going to be hard and challenging, because the true path of being humble, of being wise, of being empowered in your divinity, it is going to be challenging. Why? Because life will have to scratch away the ego. It will have to chip off all that pride, all that egotistical thinking of I'm better than them, or I'm a bad bitch, or, you know, all that ego. It has to chip away, and it's not going to be a fun experience because the ego is very strong, and the ego has been built in us from since we were little, right? How many parents tell their kids that they're better than other kids, or, you know, don't listen to them, you're perfect as you are. And sure, okay, you're perfect human being, right? You're healthy, you're great, but the kid will think of that differently. They're gonna one day grow up think, oh, I'm better than them, right? When they put their kids through pageants, they're already putting in their mind that they're the most beautiful creature on this planet. And what happens when they grow up and when they lose their looks? They are going to go through all kinds of procedures to try to look younger. They're trying to, you know, compete with other girls, right? Because pageants are competitions. And these people are teaching their young daughters to compete with other women. And that's why we have women hating other women nowadays, because everything is made to look like a competition. But the journey is different. Why are we competing with people that have a totally different life path from us? Even if we go for the same job, our intention for that job is different. Some go for the money. Others go because they actually love that job. Someone else might go because they need that skill, or maybe some opportunity will arise from that job, right? Like, what are we doing, right? So life will be testing you. It's going to be throwing challenges at you and everything in order to chip away at the ego, in order to align you on the right path, in order to teach you something valuable, right? Because we're all students at the end of the day. Whoever is alive on this planet is still a student. Who cares what a professional you are? Who cares what you master at? You are still a student. Okay, so let's see what it is you need to heal at this time. Okay, too many cards. Okay, but you did get the love card. That is what you need to heal. Maybe you had a very bad example of love growing up. Maybe your parents, constantly fought, or they were toxic for each other, or even just a toxic generally, right? Or maybe not even for each other. Maybe it was just one parent. Maybe you didn't grow up with one parent and you had a single mom or a single dad, and you miss that other half, right? Maybe you miss the nurturing, and that's why now you don't know how to nurture. Or maybe you miss not having a father figure to create a sense of what a man should be like, and that's why now you're jumping from one guy to another trying to look for that fatherly love that you know didn't grow up with. Whatever it is, right? This is what you need to heal. Love. And it's interesting because it says being open to love, right? Relationships, passion, fulfillment. And this is what you need to heal. Maybe you have a wrong sense of what love truly is. Maybe you correlate love with sex, or physical pleasure, when that is just one small aspect of love. If you can be with someone and not be physical with them, and just have deep discussions, just be in their presence and still feel that love, still feel that comfort around them, you wanting, and remember, love isn't just about you getting something from someone. It's about you wanting that other person to be their best. You want to help them make their dreams come true, because love isn't just taking, it's also giving. You need to heal love within you, because maybe you have a wrong sense of what love really is. Can you talk to each other? Can you discuss deep things? Can you be open with each other and share things about yourself? Can you be vulnerable? Look at this card, right? And look how dark that energy is, even though it's love, because these are healing cards. This is saying that there is something dark within your type of love. And I don't mean that in some mysterious, hot ways. I'm talking about dark as in bad, okay? And then look at these two cards, right? Look how vibrant and warm and sunny, and right, because this is the vibe of what love is. It is beautiful, it is freedom, right? Look how freeing that is. It is being a light within yourself. It is being vulnerable sometimes, right? Open with yourself, being honest, right? And that's what you need to heal. Look how dark that is compared to this, right? So you guys need to heal something regarding love within you. Maybe you've been raised on a negative aspect about love. Okay, so you got farewell to the moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. You got the full moon here, right? Which is basically being whole. And I think that's what you lack. Farewell to the moon also kind of feels like it's saying, because, I mean, yes, the moon gives off light, right? But you're not saying goodbye to the light, you're saying the moon. Because you need to replace it with the sun, right? When the moon is out, it's dark. And that's what you need to let go of, that darkness, that wall. That wall is there for a reason, right? It's there to protect you. But what is it protecting you from? Why? What is the root of why you need that wall around you? Because if it's someone that has hurt you, if it's something stemming from your childhood or a past relationship, that is what needs to heal. because you don't want to live your life being triggered all the time and having decided to change just to suit your needs, right? You want to be a healthy, complete, and whole individual in order to move through this life without a trigger, without a worry, because you got yourself, right? You got you. You need to be more open with your intuition. You need to be more open with yourself, honest with yourself, because love is honesty. And honesty sometimes can hurt, but it doesn't have to hurt the way you say it, right? Because there's a kind way to say things, even if you're being honest. Honesty doesn't have to be rude. You just have to find the right way to say things, okay? So be honest with yourself. Be honest to other people and with other people. And sure, maybe this is going to, when you're in your loving state, when you heal this state and you're truly in that genuine loving state, it is going to repel a lot of people in your life, because your energy is, your frequency is going to be like not above as in you're better, but more higher than theirs, and that is going to repel them, right? It's like the sun, like, or light, right? When you put on light in your house, it repels like cockroaches, right? Because they don't like light, they like the darkness, they like the drama, right? And your frequency is going to repel people from your life that love the darkness, love the drama, love the toxicity, and they feed off of that, right? But you don't need those people, because life is too short to spend time with people that are only dragging you down. Life is too short to live a life where this work is draining your soul and you aren't happy, where you're constantly stressed, where you're constantly tired. You are not meant to live that kind of life. You are a divine being. You are a god or goddess within your own right, because your soul has once been a part of that collective source that you call God, okay? And it has divided a piece of itself to create your soul, and you became an individual that then basically poured into a physical body. Okay, you are soul first. And because you have that source, that piece of source, or as you call God, within you, and you are that source first, that means you are God or a goddess. Okay, you may not be the source itself, like, the prime source, but you still are a piece of source. You came here not just to burn yourself on both ends. You came here to share your divinity, to share your knowledge, to uncover who you truly are, and to create a better world, to create a new invention, to create something that will help other people, to create ways to heal this planet. You came here for a purpose, and everyone's purpose will be different. But we came here to resolve an issue or issues in order to bring a new world. Not the new world order that the globalists want, but a better world where they don't exist and we thrive. Okay, because we don't need the 1% to thrive while the 99% is basically slowly dying off because of stress and hatred and everything, okay? We need to sort of reverse that. We need the 99% to be happy and thriving, and that 1% to go down in the dumps. Okay, so you guys got 2 cards again. You got escape and synergy. Now, escape shows a warrior, right? Which makes no sense sometimes. But you have to know that, I remember the book for this card said, which is true, right? We hear this a lot in life as well, that sometimes it is more courageous to run away than to try to fight, right? You need more courage for that sometimes, right? So basically it's telling you to choose your battles, Okay, remember that just because someone hurts you doesn't mean everyone will. Just because one gender may have hurt you doesn't mean that everyone within that gender is evil, okay? There are warriors, there are protectors, as well as there being predators and pests and, those who leech, right? So there's all kinds of people out there. You need to choose your battles. You need to know when to fight, when to stand your ground, and you need to know when to just walk away, right? Because sometimes the people that you're thinking of battling isn't a monster. Sometimes it can be a little pest like a mosquito, and you're not going to spend an entire night fighting off a little mosquito, right? So you need to choose your battles. And not only choose your battles, but it's basically you need to respect yourself enough, right? Because respect is also rooted in love, right? Love is respect. You need to love yourself and respect yourself a lot in order to create boundaries, in order to, pick and choose your battles, right? You need to be aware of what is worth fighting and what's worth walking away for or from, okay? So that's what you need to do. And with synergy here, sometimes you may not be able to do something on your own all the time, right? Because a seed is not going to turn into a plant just by itself, right? It's going to need water, it's going to need sunlight, maintenance in order for it to grow in a healthy way and not, get root rot or bugs eating it constantly, right? It needs help from other sources in order to thrive, right? So with this healing love card that you have, maybe you won't be able to do everything on your own. Maybe you'll need guidance from someone. Maybe you'll need to talk to someone, right? Whether that's a therapist, whether that's confronting the person that has wronged you. And even if they don't apologize, it's okay. You say your piece, and may that be your closure. But you need to move on. You need to find that love within you. You need to free yourself. You need to release, right? Even with the synergy card, the way this plant is coming out, it's being released out of this little seed, right? And this is how you are right now. You are this little seed. But inside of you, there is so much more potential. There's so much more that you can be doing. You can be creating miracles. Because you don't know where your spiritual path is going to lead, right? So let's see what else you get. This is so interesting. I was like watching the cards as I was shuffling them, and it's so interesting the consistency of this. Okay, so you guys have potential, right? But it's interesting because of how these cards are situated with these ones, right? So at the top here, you have the Page of Cups, right? It's a little boy holding a cup with a little fish jumping out, right? This shows that not that there is potential as in like, it's just a thought, an idea. No, this is something that is already defined, okay? So if you actually work on you already have love within you, right? This is already defined. What you have, what you need is already in your hands, okay? But it's interesting because below this card literally is like, now it's an, I mean, I'm not going to say elder woman, but like an older woman, right? With a cup, and there is magic coming out of it, right? So this is the stage you are in right now. Like, this is amazing, okay? I've never felt so excited about this. So this is you right now. It is youthful energy. I'm not talking about your energy. I'm talking about the potential of the love within you, right? It is young. It is kind of small. There is potential for something more, right? But this is where you get. This is the outcome of building yourself up, of releasing whatever is inside of you that needs to be released, right? This is the outcome. So this is where you start, this is where you end. You end up not having some little fish jumping out of your cup. You end up having magic. And what can magic do? It can make wonders happen, right? So you end up having and being so much more than you realize you are now. Because this boy doesn't know who he's going to grow up as, right? I'm not saying he's going to be a woman, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, right? A child doesn't know what he's going to be. He just has a wishful thinking of what he wants to be, right? But no one knows as a child where their life will lead. But this is telling you that you have potential to be something extraordinary, something powerful, right? And then we have 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. And it's interesting because they're just like one off, right? 8 and 9. But here we see that you need to leave something behind. And this is something that isn't going to be easy leaving behind, right? Because 8 of Cups is, it's a very strong and intense energy, right? 8 is that eternity symbol, right? It is something very intense and strong. So this isn't going to be easy to walk away from. It could be a past. It could be a person. It could be a job. It could be whatever aspect in your life is holding you back or is draining you. And maybe you're sticking around because you need the money, or maybe because this is all that you know. This is all you're used to. Or maybe you ingrained in your mind that you're thinking, if I leave this person, what if I don't find anyone, right? Fear is holding you back. You need to have love in your heart, to trust yourself that the universe has your back. That yes, maybe you will struggle for a while or for a bit or, for a month or two or however, but you'll get there. With the 9 of Wands, which is, it was one underneath the other. So it kind of feels like release this and this will come, right? That's how it felt like. So with the 9 of Wands, it's showing a merman just doing his job. There is no stress. There's nothing. He knows what he's doing. This is his, daily routine or whatever. So this is the energy that you get to eventually when you work on yourself, right? Wands, they represent the fire element. Okay, you need to get to a point, and you will get to a point if you start working on this and finding that love within yourself. You get to a point where things you thought were hard before are going to just slide by, because you'll have enough confidence within you. You'll have enough love and respect within you to know what your boundaries are, to know what your morals and values are, and then you're going to have an easier time picking and choosing what is right for your life. Because now you may be falling for everything because you're not standing for something, right? Maybe you're so closed off that you're repelling everything. But once you open yourself up to love, once you heal that love within you and heal it for you, okay, maybe your father will not come back. Maybe, your parents will not see the light and become more nurturing and loving. Who cares? Why? Because you can do and be that for yourself. Nurture yourself. Tell that inner child within you, It's okay to cry. It's okay to release these emotions because I got you. Right? I got you. You need to be that nurture for yourself. You need to be that authority figure for yourself. Because no one will love you as you need someone to love you, as you can love yourself. Okay? So it's interesting just how these cards aligned. And then we have the Three of Swords and the Two of Swords. And it just feels like there is a loss here, right? Right now, there's something great inside of you that is dying off in a way. Something heartbreaking. Okay, so you guys need to, it's like there's this war within you because your soul has love within itself. It is love, right? It stems from this divine source, right? So you came into this world as a loving being, as a being that is infused with so much potential. But then, living on this planet, it dims your light down, right? The education system, bad influences, media, social media, entertainment industry, it keeps dumbing you and dulling you down more and more until you get to the point where you don't feel confident, where you think you're a loser, where you think you don't amount to much, where you force yourself to work these jobs that just drain you, where you choose friends that just love drama and toxicity just because it's some sort of entertainment. And then what do you have? What kind of life do you have in the end of that? Right? So it's telling you, you're meant for more. You're meant for something so deep, something transcendent, something amazing. Okay? So let's see, what do you get at the end if you focus on this love, if you're open to love? Okay, so I asked, if you work on yourself, on loving yourself, what benefit do you get, right? What do you get from all this whole journey, right? And you have sacred journey, introversion, seeker, self-knowledge. So what you get at the end of this, and of course there is no end, there will always be more to learn or more to feel, right? But you get divine knowledge. Because once you open yourself up to that love, that genuine, honest love, not physical intimacy, I'm talking about real love, something that warms your heart, something that makes you feel comfortable and secure, and, just content with yourself and your life. Once you get there, you start to open yourself up to something more divine. You start to open yourself up to this sacred journey of something that is more deeper than this day-to-day little thrill-seeking physical attention and stuff like that. Because when you get something from this sacred journey, it's not going to just feel great in that one moment. It's going to fulfill your life, because you're going to see that there is a world within this world. You're going to see things between the lines. You're going to feel things on a deeper level. And that is the type of love that no one can destroy. That is the ancient love that your heart yearns for. It's not about thrill seeking. It's not about kissing someone or holding their hand. No, this is the type of love that is so ancient and so pure, that fills you on a daily basis even if you don't have anyone. And it's going to awaken other people. You're going to ripple this energy out, and it's going to affect others, and others will start to open themselves up to the divine as well. And as people work on themselves, it's going to match you up with a divine being that is your match. Because you didn't come to this world to look for a prince or princess. You didn't come into this world to look for a king or queen. You came into this world as a divine being, as a god or goddess, to look for your god or goddess. Okay, we're not looking for princes. We're looking for a god. We're looking for a goddess, right? Depending on what you're seeking. Okay? So group 2, I really hope this resonated with you. I hope this has helped you, and remember that I do personal readings. I would love to help you on a more personal level. And for my memberships, if you choose the seeker tier, you can directly message me for any tips. If you need a step-by-step on certain things in your life, if you need more help on whatever aspect of your life, I'd be willing to help you out. And also, people that join my memberships, they get discounts on readings as well as one free reading per month. So, if you need the help, you can become a member, or if you just want to commission one reading, you can do that as well. So I really hope you guys open yourself up to love and, thrive. Okay, so I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello to those who chose the rose quartz. This will be your reading. So let us see what your reading will be about. Okay, you got honor the deities around you, prayers, offerings, help. Okay, so let's see what that is about. Ooh. Beauty and Beast. Jellyfishes are the roses of the marine world. They come in some beautiful shapes, sizes, and colors, but get too close and you'll find yourself left with a very painful burning sensation from their touch. Something in your life or surroundings seems too good to be true. It may be a person or an opportunity, but be cautious, because it may feel good now, but burn you in the long run. Okay, as I was reading that, I was getting this sense as if you're very disconnected from something higher than you, okay? Some call it God, some call it Source or Prime Creator, or even those, God or Goddess type of figures, the energies and whatnot, right? Because what I love about paganism, even though I don't consider myself a pagan, but what I love about that is that even though there is, one source that, that is the creator, these other sort of smaller, gods and goddesses tend to be like the different faces of that prime source, right? For example, if you take a woman, for example, right? And she has kids and a husband and she, has her family and things like that. You're not going to, like, her husband is not going to approach her as some woman, right? He's going to approach her as, this is my wife, right? Her child is going to approach her as, this is my mother, right? Her mother is going to approach her as, this is my daughter, right? So it's like, it's this one person, but they have different facets, right? Different aspects of themselves. That's how I see these sort of smaller gods and goddesses, as if they're different faces or aspects of, like, God. For example, if someone wants to, is having problems with fertility, right? If they pray to, generally God, it just feels way too open and generalized, right? But let's say if they pray to someone like Pan, right? Someone like the god of fertility, right? That is like an aspect of God, like of true prime source, right? It's just this one aspect. It's like finding your niche, right? Like you're directing that wish of yours, something you want granted. You're directing it to that specific thing, right? That specific aspect of God. It feels in this case that there's something in your life that maybe is too good to be true, and that you aren't partaking in trying to get help from a higher source. It's like you need the help, you need the guidance, but you're too stubborn because maybe you lack the faith, or I don't know, maybe you call yourself an atheist, or whatever it is. But it's like there are beings around you that want to help you, but they don't want to put themselves somewhere where they aren't wanted, right? So if you keep wondering, like, why am I not getting the help or whatever, but like, are you asking for it? Are you asking your protectors? Are you asking your angels? Are you asking, God or a source, or whatever it is you believe in, or you have to believe in something, right? So even if you create a sort of divine guidance in your mind, pray to that, you know and it doesn't have to be the traditional kind of prayer, but just like, open yourself up to it and ask, like, I need help, I need guidance for this thing. If this is meant for me, then give me some sort of sign these days so that I know. If this is something that isn't for me, then remove it from my path, right? Remove it. If this is going to, because sometimes, sure, we may get into struggle because there's something we need to learn from it. But sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it's just maybe dangerous or just not the road you should be on. And if you feel some sort of doubt or something, maybe that is these protectors telling you through your sensors, through your body, right, that get away from this. This isn't right for you, right? So you need to trust that. Because sometimes when things are too good to be true, they usually are. There's a saying by, I don't know if it's like Buddha or the Dalai Lama or Gandhi, or I don't know who it was, some sort of spiritual figure, that said that when you meet the one, you're not going to have butterflies or your sweaty palms or things like that. When you meet your true one, you're going to feel content, comfortable, and calm. Right? So if something in your life feels too good to be true, are you totally content and calm about it? Or are you all, jittery and things like that? So maybe this is just telling you this isn't for you, this is just some temporary thing, or, you're getting into this too quickly. So try to sort of step back and really look at it in different perspective, or maybe even try to seek help. Maybe this isn't about deities and spiritual entities. Maybe this is trying to say, seek guidance from maybe friends that you trust, or family, or counselors, or whoever that you trust, because maybe they'll know better and can see, as a third party, they can see something that you may not. Okay? So trust that, and be careful. Yes, this is perfect. So you got sisterhood, friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, delight. Yes, it feels like from this card, these deities is supposed to be some sort of group, right? Some sort of foundation that you can trust. Because maybe for someone this is really dangerous. Maybe this will backfire on you in some big way, or turn your world upside down in a negative way, right? So you need that sisterhood or brotherhood, whatever it is you have, in order to really kind of step back and look at it, right? And don't think that if someone is warning you about something that they're just jealous of you. Try to kind of, ask questions, or try to see their point of view of what is going on, you know. Trust your intuition. Trust that gut feeling deep within. Yes, this is just insane. Everything is synchronized. You got divinity, right? Again, deities, divinity. So this is something about something deeper than what you are aware of. Let's see what it is you need to heal at this time, because I feel like there's something there. Oh, too many cards. Okay, soulmate. Okay, so you got other cards that fell out that I feel are all connected with this. You got soulmate, you got sexual arts, and you got wild. So this sort of feels like an OnlyFans sort of situation, or people that are putting themselves out there in a sexual manner, right? Being wild. Um, and maybe it is preventing you from finding your soulmate. Maybe you think, well, down the line, I'm going to get married, but right now it's all about having fun. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but this offer feels too good to be true, right? Getting all the money you want right now, having fun, being sexual, and then down the line, you're going to quit, find a good value man or whatever they call it, and your life is going to be amazing. Sorry, that's not going to happen. Because your delusions are making you think you're going to live this awesome life, okay? Fast money doesn't mean having long-term success. It only means temporary. Anything fast and quick is temporary, right? So this this is saying that whatever life you're living now, something is just too good to be true. There is a delusion you're filling your mind with. And it's interesting that women, especially these OnlyFans type of women, right? They have this sort of delusion that how their life is going to go, even though the main thing about their life is one day I'll get married and find a good man, right? And yet men are telling them no good man is going to want you. But she's persistent. It's like the very people, the very the very gender that you eventually want to settle with, they're telling you that it's not going to happen. So what makes you believe that it will? So this is saying to get into your divinity, you need to leave these wild nights, these crazy jobs behind, because it's not going to fulfill you in the long run. There's something about your life currently that it just seems too good to be true, and it doesn't even have to be the OnlyFans. It could be like all kinds of things. Maybe you met someone that you think is all that, but really he isn't. Something is keeping you back. Something is keeping you locked in place and unable to move to something higher and better. And you need help. You need to see guidance and more perspective of people you trust, and not people that are also rooted in drama and toxicity. I'm talking about level-headed, grounded people that can see things that you may not be able to see. And maybe you might not get the advice you want to hear, but maybe you'll need to hear it. You need to be open, you need to open yourself up to guidance, even if it will hurt, even if your ego will be bruised. You need to open yourself up to that. Okay. So, with this Three of Wands card, it feels like she's looking at something through a magnifying glass, right? So it feels like you need to look at the details. You need to look deeper into what it is you're doing, or this thing that's, active in your life. Okay, you need to, with the Four of Pentacles, it feels like someone that is, just with themselves, right? Someone that stepped away from their world and just sitting somewhere pondering and reflecting and just being in touch with themselves and thinking, reflecting on things, right? So it just feels like you're being guided here to reflect more on this aspect, this thing that's now currently in your life, right? With the Ten of Swords, and even with the Five of Swords here, it feels like unnecessary struggle. Something is coming to an end. But with the Five of Swords here, these kids, these mer kids, are playing with these swords they found, and one of them gets cut, right? Their hand is bleeding. But you were the cause of that, right? This kid was the cause of that. They're playing with something they shouldn't be playing with. Same as you here in your own life. You're partaking in something that you shouldn't be partaking in. And it can cause great damage. It can cause pain, right? But with the right friends, with the right guidance here, because you got the sisterhood card and then you got the Three of Cups, right? There's three of them here, there's three of them here. And this is even a tarot card, it's an oracle deck. So it's telling you, with the proper guidance and with the help of someone you trust, be guided in a better direction, because there's so much potential of you to become this Queen of Wands. Right? Look at that. Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. You got both queens here. So you are guided to be this fire and this earth, right? This grounded energy, but with enough fire to put you out there, to put you in your divine self, this divine sense. And maybe you are this deity, right? Maybe you need to honor, right? It says honor the deities around you. Maybe you are this deity that you need to honor. You need to honor yourself. You need to respect yourself. You need to have class. You need to have morals. You need to have values, because that will make you a quality person, someone of value. No one wants, trash. No one wants someone who's disloyal, who has nails like a bird of prey. No one wants that. People, like real value people, want someone with dignity, with respect, right? So this is the energy you need to be in. Someone grounded in their divinity, but with so much fire, someone that creates, someone confident in who they are. Okay, so that is your path. That is what you need to focus on. So let's see, what benefits do you get from working on this, from respecting yourself, from reflecting and shifting your life around. So you guys get the crystal path, mineral spirits, crystal beings. Okay, so you guys get something very powerful, something that unlocks a potential within your life that won't look the same. It's going to be mystical, it's going to be magical in a sense, right? So don't think that these physical aspects of your life, these jobs, these type of friends, this type of lifestyle, that those are, the highest things you can achieve in this life. There aren't. They truly aren't. Because there's a world within this world that is so magical, so mystical, that can create confidence, content, and just mystery and joy in your life long term. Like there's this powerful energy within this world that once you partake in it, you cannot see your life any other way. Trust me when I say that this physical world doesn't offer you long-term happiness or like excitement. as the spiritual does. And when I say spiritual, I don't mean religious, I mean like spiritual, like ancient, this ancient form of spirituality. Not New Age crap, because that is sort of blended with Satanism, but I'm talking about something so ancient and rooted in nature and it's mystical. So you guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope this helps. If you need any more help, you can join my memberships. There's discounts for tarot readings, as well as whoever is on my membership tends to get one free reading per month. And also you can commission a personal reading if you need more help and guidance. So I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you next time.